Star Wars Eclipse is the best Star Wars game I've ever seen. Why can't we play it on mobile? I've just seen Star Wars Eclipse, this giant new open-world epos by Quantic Dream. This is everything a Star Wars fan can dream of. Palace guards overlook the scenery of a city that reminds us of Naboo with its beauty, idyll, and elegance. We fly on to Coruscant. The camera pans to Yoda in the Jedi Council. Wearing his High Republic robes, he stands at the window, eyeing a whole armada of ships that must be guarding the city. The High Republic is a time of relative safety, the golden era of the Jedi. We fly to a planet that could be Valoran Padawan's train here on a bridge at sunrise that reminded me of my time with Star Wars, Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, likely the best Star Wars game for Oculus Quest 2.
Get to the escape pod!
You never know who you're gonna cross paths with.
I am the top resistance spy master. How dare you?
Hey, your pirate friend stopped by while you were out. Don't worry.
An entire clone army marches up with a Y on its golden armor. They have massive formations, huge tanks, entire fleets. Are they working together with the Sith? Oh, in case the Force is with you and you've enjoyed the content so far, please like and subscribe to not miss out on new game reveals. Back to Star Wars Eclipse. In one shot, Sith fighters rush towards a base in the snow, which also bears this logo, which we can't yet identify. Maybe it's a corporation in the Outer Rim that wants to gain power? There are many powerful weapons corporations in the Star Wars universe. After all, someone has to build all those ships for all those parties you know. Can we please have this on our phones? Our iPads? On mobile? There are hundreds of millions of Star Wars fans out there without an Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. A giant community of fans that will miss out on what is poised to be the biggest Star Wars game of our time. Really, this is everything we've always dreamed of. We see Neimoidians, the leaders of the Trade Federation, against whom the Jedi would later fight one of their greatest battles in Episode 2, which should become the first engagement of the new clone army on Geonosis.
Attack those Federation starships, quickly!
Master Yoda, all forward positions are advancing.
Very good. Very good.
We see a lot of Lucrehulk command ships that were used in the blockade of Naboo and were virtually the mother ships for the droids, but in this gameplay here they are attacked by a powerful fleet of this mysterious enemy with the iconic new Y on their starships. Forgive me this fandom moment, but what I really want to say is, this is a $200 million US production. It's going to be the biggest Star Wars game ever made. This is from Quantic Dream, one of the best storytelling studios in the world. Because they don't just feast on the action, but show everyday life and thus build a much stronger emotional connection with their characters. In heavy rain we kiss our wife in the morning, pour ourselves a glass of milk, read the newspaper, visit a shopping mall with our son. And in Star Wars Eclipse, we see Republican palace guards observing the area from walls with binoculars. But also a dark market alley where tea is drunk, what looks like potatoes are traded, and three-eyed chicks are carried through the area under the watchful eye of the Republican Senate Guard. The Republic's Secret Service, who here, armed with blue capes and force pikes, protect a senator walking among them. Quantic Dream has already revealed that we'll be playing a complex, branching action-adventure game that puts the fate of multiple playable characters in our hands. We'll see the galaxy through the eyes of an ensemble of charismatic, playable characters, as game director David Cage describes it. And that's what Quantic Dream is incredibly good at. In Detroit, for example, we play a young female android escaping from a sex robot factory.
I could feel my hands shaking, my heart pounding in my chest, life running into my veins. I wanted to live.
And an android detective commanding human SWAT units. In Heavy Rain, a journalist, a police officer with alcohol problems, and a family man looking for his son. They always let us experience characters who are in contrast to each other in character, but who have something in common: the curious, ambitious journalist, the detective who is tired of his job and drowns his sorrows in alcohol. They are united, however, in solving a series of murders. And in Star Wars Eclipse, everything revolves around that solar eclipse, which is certainly also meant metaphorically the end of the High Republic. The end of peace. What is exciting here is how many characters we are shown in detail: a protocol droid, robbed of some parts, a Senate guard protecting Master Yoda on Coruscant, or Force cultists patrolling the street in their red robes and rows that we know from Rogue One. They're probably guarding some kind of convoy, with a large animal running behind them carrying something that can't be identified exactly. More specifically, they're disciples of the Wills, recognizable by their red robes and vocoder masks. The metal masks are used to communicate with other species on Jedha, a planet in the Mid-Rim. I absolutely love all this, because it's all new. We've rarely heard about this in the books, we've never seen it on TV or in cinemas. Why can't we have that on our phone? On our iPads? Right now Star Wars Eclipse is only planned for next-gen consoles and PCs, but with Meta One Network, we want to change that. It's time to break what I call the hardware barrier bottleneck. There are only 50 million next-gen consoles out there. But there are hundreds of millions, if not billions, of Star Wars fans. 1 in 4 internet users identified themselves as a Star Wars fan in a recent study. So what is that we do at Meta One Network? We are building the world's first decentralized real-time cloud rendering platform. Which means we are using Web3 technology to bring a best-in-class gaming experience to mobile. And it really is about time, because the games industry doesn't understand mobile. And it hasn't solved cloud gaming. What if a PC/console game could be made instantly mobile ready? Sounds impossible, but that's exactly what we do. For example, I've personally been playing Hogwarts Legacy on my iPad for the past few weeks. It's awesome. And with our Web3 cloud gaming technology, we can bring Star Wars Eclipse or any massive PC game to any mobile device within just 20 minutes. And it doesn't matter whether you own a high-end Samsung S23 or a low-end device, we'll make Star Wars look as good on your phone like on a high-end PC.